she became an underground worker. However, Wang Yuyang still underestimated herself. In fact, good luck had already fallen on Wang Yuyang, but Yuyang didn't know it. And Mr. Wei Xiangdong was still investigating carefully. Wei Xiangdong had experience in rectification and management, but deep down he did not trust the school guards. Although the students in the school guard team are all activists, they have a fatal problem, all in the open, and the students are wary of them. When it comes to the ideological problems and soul problems of students, they are unreliable. If you want to understand the internal situation of students and truly grasp their every move, you must find the appropriate outposts from within them. That is, clairvoyance and downwind ears. The key is that such students should not be too clear or too showy, and should not be too prominent in both positive and negative aspects. If every class can develop one such student, Wei Xiangdong believes that he will have a directional grasp of the overall situation of the normal school. Of course, such classmates can only be unsung heroes who cannot be made public and are only responsible to Wei Xiangdong. Yuyang never thought that Mr. Wei Xiangdong would actually know her. Mr. Wei Xiangdong shouted the words, "Wang Yuyang," clearly and waved to her. Apparently, he was greeting her. Wang Yuyang was flattered, but she was still a little nervous. Although the incident of stealing money has long since passed, it is still a worry for Yuyang, and she is particularly afraid of the teacher calling her. Yuyang was directly called by Mr. Wei Xiangdong in a general duty room. She didn't dare to sit down. She honestly didn't even dare to raise her eyelids. After a brief chat, Yuyang discovered that Mr. Wei was actually a pretty easygoing person. Although he's tall, thick, and has a big frame, he is not fierce and not as sinister as Director Qian. He is very cheerful and likes to laugh loudly. Mr. Wei finally brought the topic to the point. Mr. Wei said that we have been secretly inspecting Wang Yuyang and have always regarded Wang Yuyang as the target of our training. Mr. Wei did not say I, but we, which means that Mr. Wei represents not only himself, but a large, strict, behind-the-scenes organization. It's very mysterious, very secret, and it never ends. As an object of training, Mr. Wei seriously pointed out that Wang Yuyang still had shortcomings. The current situation will definitely not work. For example, in terms of being one heart and one mind, it is not enough. Mr. Wei actually criticized Wang Yuyang. However, this kind of criticism is serious and heartfelt, carrying the anxiety of hating iron for not being able to become steel. It is placed on the future and hope. It is harsh but sincere. It is another kind of organizational trust. Yuyang has never received such high-level guidance, support, and leadership. So enthusiastic and trusting, which is deeply touching. Wang Yuyang had mixed feelings and was in a trance. Mr. Wei then explained the specific work and tasks to Wang Yuyang, speaking in detail. From now on, no matter who is in the school, class, or dormitory, including members of the school guard, as long as they have abnormal circumstances, Yuyang must report to us in writing once a week. That is to say, from the perspective of strict organizational procedures. Although Pang Fenghua is a member of the school guard, secretly, she is still supervised by Wang Yuyang and belongs to Wang Yuyang's leadership. This is particularly fascinating. Mr. Wei's conversation lasted for more than 20 minutes. These 20 minutes can be said to be of extremely great significance in Yuyang's heart and are a milestone. It awakened Yuyang, and it convinced Yuyang that she was not dispensable but useful, receiving extreme trust and high regard. Due to the underground and hidden nature of Yuyang's work, it requires special confidentiality and is particularly fascinating. Yuyang knew that the burden on her shoulders was heavy, and she suddenly felt that she had grown up. Yuyang kept thinking about Mr. Wei's words on the way back, and Mr. Wei's sincere teachings echoed in her ears again and again. Mr. Wei said that in the future, we should observe more, listen more, remember more, talk less, and don't be in the limelight. Yuyang felt most at ease with this sentence. Yuyang has never been in the limelight in the past. It's not that Yuyang doesn't want to be in the limelight. In the end, she just can't keep up with her ability and has stage fright. It's different now. It has nothing to do with Yuyang's ability. Yuyang's out from the public is entirely due to work needs. The so-called life of students is after 9:30 in the evening. Although the days are long, they are not themselves after all. Their time is like a filing cabinet cut open and turned into drawers. This drawer was put into 3 meals a day. That drawer was put into radio exercises, eye exercises, and rests. The largest drawer was cut open again and turned into classes one after another. Of course, there is also something more mobile, and that is the time in the evening. This period of time is a bit like a cupboard for odds and ends. It looks dazzling, but in fact, it is still monotonous, nothing more than some group activities, sports, or literature and art. As time goes by, it becomes repetitive. Once the evening self-study was done, they tidied up what needed to be done, washed, rinsed, went to bed, and began to be active. At this time, if you take a look at the dormitory building from a distance, you will find that the dormitory building is very beautiful and every window is brightly lit, similar to a scene from a fairy tale. At 9:30 Beijing time, suddenly all the windows went dark, the lights went out, the campus became quiet, and the dormitory became quiet, leaving only the night lights in the bathrooms, emitting a peaceful and soft light. The windows were dark, and every window became quiet. However, this does not mean that the students' day is over. Instead, their day begins. This is a very short time, but the students are extremely energetic as they lay in bed in the dark. Their brains seem to have been scrubbed, shiny, sensitive, sharp, penetrating, and can be engaged in philosophical research or poetry creation. They are momentary philosophers, they are momentary poets. And their mouth also become sharp, and the mouth of the shyest and least eloquent classmate is electrified, crackling with the blue fire of wisdom. All over the world, ancient and modern, Chinese and foreign, old sesame seeds and rotten millet, interpersonal relationships, future, hatred, happiness, a hammer here and a stake there. Of course, everything is distorted, with adolescent exaggeration, adolescent passion, and adolescent sadness. They will lay in the bed quietly, and there was a childish sophistication and a mature recklessness in their words. In fact, everyone is honest, exposed, and transparent. They are convinced that they know everything, and anyone who thinks they are naive will suffer the consequences. Just wait and see. Of course, the most talked about situation is in school and class. Michael and Julia among classes, John and Jane among teachers, and Sam and Lily at the snack bar at the school gate. They had their eyes closed, as if they were resting, but the expressions on their faces were as rich as if they had opened their eyes, perhaps richer and more intense. Because the door was bolted, their conversation seemed private. Not really. 8 people have a total of 8 mouths. By the morning of the next day, 8 will spread to 16, 16 will spread to 32. and the secret will soon become an open topic. However, no one cares. If they are happy talking, they will open their eyes again, and their eyes will be darkened, but this will not affect their wisdom at all. The sound will become louder. Sometimes it will become a loud noise or a burst of unbridled laughter. At this juncture, there will be a sudden shouting from downstairs, and that is when the teacher on duty begins to intervene. Who is still talking? Or by name, 323. 323, did you hear me, 323? The noise and commotion subsided again, and every student closed their eyes with a smile on her face, like tasting.